Today we are going to learn how to add mixed fractions with unlike denominators. First thing you need to do is line up your fractions vertically to where your fractions are stacked on top of each other and your whole numbers are stacked on top of each other, like this. As you can see, the two fractions have denominators that are not the same. And since you can only add fractions that have common denominators or like denominators, we need to change these two denominators to be the same number. Now how you can do that is you can multiply these two numbers together, 5 times 2, to get a new denominator of 10. Since I multiplied 2 times 5 to give me 10, I need to multiply my numerator of 1 times 5 to give me my new numerator of 5 for the bottom fraction. And since I multiplied 5 times 2 to give me 10, I need to multiply my numerator times 2 to keep it even to give me a new numerator of 4. So now I have two fractions that have common denominators. Since they're common, I can now add the numerators together and keep the denominator the same. So now I have 4 plus 5, which will give me 9. 10 remains the same, that is the denominator. And then I come over here and I add my whole numbers together. I have 11 plus 3, which gives me 14. So the answer to my problem of 11 2/5 plus 3 1/2 will be 14 9/10. Sometimes when you add fractions together, it will result in an answer that will have an improper fraction as part of the answer. I will show you how to handle that in this section. Just like last time, we are going to rewrite our fractions to where our fractions are lined up on top of each other and our whole numbers are lined up on top of each other. We need to rewrite the fractions to where they have common denominators, because right now my denominators are not common at 5 and 2, but I can make them common by multiplying 5 times 2 to give me a new denominator of 10. And I will need to change the numerator accordingly. Since I multiplied 2 times 5 to give me 10, I must multiply 1 times 5 to keep it even and give me a new numerator of 5. And I multiplied 5 times 2 to give me 10. So I must multiply 4 times 2 to give me a new numerator of 8. So now I have my common denominator of 10, and now I have my numerator, 5 plus 8, which will give me 13. And I'm going to add my whole numbers together to give me 2 plus 1 is 3. As you can see, this is an improper fraction right here. But I need to make it a proper fraction by rewriting it. I know that 10 over 10 makes 1 whole. If I take 10 away from 13, that leaves me with a fraction of 3, common denominator of 10. So this fraction of 13 tenths becomes 1 3/10. But that is not my entire answer, because I still have my original whole number of 3. So now what I must do is I must add together my whole number 3 plus my whole number 1 to give me a new whole number of 4, and I still have my fraction 3/10. So the answer to my question, 2 4/5 plus 1 1/2, is going to equal 4 3/10.